confirm our support for this appointment.
Euro Flavel.
Tēnā, Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to have a say about this, the appointment of Jane Huri as Deputy Chair of the Electoral Commission. The Māori Party stands to obviously support the position that Jane has acquired to that position. In doing so, we firstly want to mihi to Ngai Tahu and Ngai Tuahuriri on the honour of this appointment, an appointment which we believe is absolutely warranted. It's a particularly pleasing, interesting day for this appointment to come before the House. Jane is a member of the Red Cross 2011 Earthquake Appeal Commission, which has been set up to provide charitable relief to the Christchurch community from the effects of the recent earthquakes and aftershocks. And so, as Christchurch is no doubt still reeling from the announcements made earlier this afternoon about properties and houses no longer being able to be lived in, we are pleased that there is something special, at least, for Ngai Tahu to consider in terms of the appointment of this very strong nominee. Mr. Speaker, as I understand it, Jane has been expressed this afternoon in the House. Jane comes to this position with a wealth of experience in governance and organisational experience. She has broad-based commercial experience, including law, insurance, market research and financial markets. In addition to that, she has directorships in electricity, technology, business development, education, insurance, property development, agribusiness, seafood marketing and sport and the recreation sectors. As other speakers have said, she serves on a number of boards as a lay member of the Health Practitioners Disciplinary Tribunal and a member of the Management Advisory Group for the Secretary of Treasury. And if all of that isn't enough, she's also patron of the University of Canterbury Foundation, a supporter of the Christchurch Arts Festival and a board member on of the Court Theatre. So, Mr. Speaker, not only does she sit on many of those boards, she also develops and teaches public and in-house governance courses for the Institute of Directors in New Zealand, the Tertiary Education Commission for University, Polytechnic and Wānanga Councils, and also for Spark. So all of these qualifications make her an ideal applicant for the position. But there's one more reason, I think, which is particularly pleasing, that tangata whenua have been appointed to this particular role. In the recent process around broadcasting allocations, we believe decisions were made which in effect devalue the role of the treaty and of te reo Māori as the official language of Aotearoa. The Māori Party allocation was dramatically reduced between 2008-2011 to the effect of a loss of some $90,000. We could not help but wonder if confusion has arisen over the differing legislative responsibilities that govern the broadcasting allocation process, namely the Broadcasting Act 1989 and the Electoral Act 1993. So while the Broadcasting Act has clear requirements around promoting Māori language and Māori culture, the Electoral Act refers only to Māori representation. We were astounded that the only party which exclusively represents the Māori electorates was allocated less than 5% of the funding for a population that represents 17% of the New Zealand population. We would hope, sir, therefore, that this appointment will give special capacity to speak to tangata whenua as the treaty partner, to focus on voting constituencies that have been historically underrepresented with low turnout, in particular for the young Māori, and in our unique capacity to express our message through te reo rangatira, te reo Māori. We strongly support the appointment of Jane Huri.
Members, the Honourable David Parker.
Thank you.